done 1,000 times before. She places the tray on the table with a loud thud. I expect broken glass, but nothing shatters. I don't care how many interviews I've had. I never wanted to do a single one, I say, but am quickly resigned to my fate. Who's the interview for? What newspaper? Ms. Magazine. And I told you all this, Ella. Tell me again. My tone is harsher than I planned, which I can see by the shock in Georgiana's eyes. Pretty please, if you don't mind. This interview is different. It's not about you. Then why am I doing it? It's about Marilyn. My hand, which hovers over the banana cake, shakes. I lower it and glare at Georgiana, determined not to let on any more than I already have about what I am feeling. The idea of talking about Marilyn is upsetting. Why can't they let the dead rest in peace? 10 years in her grave, and her name is still on the tips of tongues in every corner of the globe. Georgiana sighs with impatience. It's a special issue commemorating the 10th anniversary of Marilyn's death, and what's changed in America since, and what hasn't, particularly for women. You mean for white women? Of course, white women, Georgiana says without missing a beat. But one of the co-founders is Negro, Dorothy Pittman Hughes. I checked. Why haven't I seen this Ms. Magazine on a newsstand? You haven't visited a newsstand in decades. Besides, didn't I say it's new? She fills a glass with iced tea. If I didn't say it, it is. Brand new. But Gloria Steinem is the other co-founder, and folks in New York publishing are saying it's going to be the feminist voice of America. Georgiana wanders from the table toward the flower bed, closest to the sliding doors. But she isn't leaving. She's poking at the vines, fiddling with the imperial roses, touching the leaves and the petals like the flowers won't bloom without her help, which makes no sense since they've bloomed just fine every year since I planted them. It's time women who have something to say have a place to say it, Georgiana insists. She's always trying to sound like a modern woman, while still bothering my roses. Don't you agree, Ella? I ignore her question. We have a gardener who takes care of the flowers, Georgiana. You don't need to meddle. My cousin gives me one of her sideways glances, which is damn hard to do when she's not facing me. Even with her back turned, I can feel her withering glare. Ms. is writing a huge spread in the August issue about Marilyn. Her hand drops to her side. I'm not going to harm your precious flowers. She grabs the sliding door handle and jerks it so roughly that I fear she'll pull it out of the grooves. The reporter will be here any moment. My stomach is in knots. Don't act as if it's news that I dislike talking to reporters. I've never liked them. I thought you wouldn't mind as much this time, she says. I am what I do, Georgiana. I sing. Drilling me about anything more than that is unnecessary. How I feel or felt about Marilyn is my business. Sure, Georgiana grumbles. Gloria Steinem isn't someone to play around with, Ella. I mean, she is the new generation. It wouldn't hurt for you to have your name appear in a magazine read by these young people. I know she will not give in, but I refuse to give up. The magazine may or may not last. She glances over her shoulder. That's what Norman implied. But what you say about Marilyn will be remembered. When did you talk to Norman? The other day. He heard about the article and mentioned it. Norman Granz had been my manager for decades and now lives in Switzerland, but he still keeps tabs on me.